Okay, welcome back friends. After going through Schrodinger's wave equation, there is another point, that is particle in a one-dimensional box. So a particle in a one-dimensional box is one concept after the Schrodinger's wave equation. So a particle in a box provides us the application of Schrodinger's wave equation to the translational motion of a particle like an electron, atom, etc. It also explains as to why the energies associated are quantized. So before we proceed to the particle in a one-dimensional box, let us go to the earlier concept which is attached with this particle in a one-dimensional box. One concept which we should understand at the earlier of this particle in one-dimensional box. So this is a short concept here which we should know about the particle in one-dimensional box. So let us see, that is, we call it as a wave function. So what is wave function and what are the different conditions of wave functions, what is the notation and why it is important, that we must understand. So let us see this wave function and its significance. So let us take the Born's interpretation and significance of wave function psi. Before we proceed to this wave function concept, here one word is written, Born's interpretation, means one scientist. Let us see the photo of this Max Born, who was a German British physicist and mathematician who was instrumental in the development of wave mechanics. So he had worked on this concept and placed, and here it is a diagrammatic representation. Born opener or Born, here it is given Born interpretation of wave function in one-dimensional system. Here dx notation is given, psi square of x is given, and one wave which is closer towards x-axis is shown here. Now let us see what is the wave function or its significance. So this will help us in understanding the particle in one-dimensional box. In our syllabus part, the application of Schrodinger's wave equation and one short bit give the significance of wave function psi. So this term comes in the examination. So let us see significance of wave function which is given by scientist Born. So for a particle like an electron, the wave function psi represents the amplitude of the electron wave at any instant of time when the coordinates of the electron are x, y, z. However, it was suggested by Max Born that just as in the case of light or sound, the square of the amplitude of the wave at any point gives the intensity of light or sound at that point. The square of the amplitude of the electron wave, that is psi square at any point, gives the intensity of the electron wave at that point. However, keeping in view the Heisenberg's uncertainty principle, the intensity of the electron at any point may be interpreted as the probability of finding the particle electron at that point. So this is shown in the figure 19.23, so which I had shown you earlier. Now thus psi square at any point gives the probability of finding the electron at that point. So this is the one significance of this wave function psi square. Psi square at any point gives the probability of finding the electron at that point. That is why the wave function psi square is also called probability amplitude, but the probability is directly related to the density or concentration of the electron cloud. Thus, when we consider psi square, so psi square gives the electron density at any given point. Since the region around the nucleus, which represents the electron density at different points, is called an orbital, the wave function for an electron in an atom is called orbital wave function or simply atomic orbital. So, here orbital wave function, probability amplitude and the psi square, that is we have to consider here. Now, after this, further it may be noted that psi may not always comes to be real. In some cases it may come out to be imaginary, that is it may include the imaginary quantity as may be equal to under root of -1. Then psi square may be real or imaginary depending upon the nature of the expression for psi. However, since the probability of finding a material particle at any point in space must always be real, the value taken is psi into psi square in place of psi square, where this psi square is replaced by psi star is called complex conjugate of psi and is obtained by replacing I by minus I. Thus, product, that is psi into psi square or psi into psi star, is always real irrespective of whether psi is real or imaginary. For example, when we consider psi is equal to A plus IB, then the complex conjugate will be psi star is equal to A minus IB. The product of this psi into psi star will give the respective value, that is A plus IB in one bracket into A minus IB in another bracket. So, that will give A square plus B square, which is real. So, the product psi into psi star is usually represented by amplitude of psi square, where this amplitude psi represents modulus or absolute value of psi into amplitude of psi square is called the square modulus of psi. If psi is real, then psi is equal to psi star and the product will automatically be equal to psi square. So, what I was telling for the understanding, here on the screen the Born interpretation of a wave function may be summed up as follows. Means when we consider this wave function, so it is applicable for a one dimensional system, for a particle free to move in three dimensional system. Now, when we see the particle to move in three dimensional system, so these two conditions are there. In our syllabus part, for a one dimensional system condition is there, and for a three dimensional system it may be in BSc third year part. So, let us consider for a particle which is in a one dimensional system. So, if we consider for a one dimensional system, if the amplitude of the wave function of a particle is psi at some point x, then the probability of finding the particle between x and x plus x dash or x dx is proportional to psi of x into psi star of x dx, or in short it is written as psi into psi star dx as shown in figure, which is figure 19.25. Here three axes are shown and which is represented here the possibility. Now, for a particle free to move in 3 dimension, that is an electron near the nucleus of an atom, if psi is the amplitude of the wave function at some point at a distance r, then the probability of finding the particle in a small volume element dx, dy, dz at that point whose coordinates are x, y, z is proportional to psi, which is related with the x, y, z coordinates, and psi star, which is related with x, y, z coordinates, but with the notations dx, dy, dz, or in short it is written as psi into psi star dt, where dt is nothing but it is dx, dy, dz, which represents the small volume element of the space at some distance r, as shown in the diagram on the screen. For this reason, the product psi into psi star is called probability distribution function. So, just for understanding the term psi or psi square or significance of psi square, if we have to take into mind or consideration, then it is replaced by psi into psi star, and then when we understand the imaginary concept psi into psi star, which is it will become a real concept or real thing. Now, coming to our actual part, what I was telling about particle in one dimensional box. So, when we consider the particle in one dimensional box, so let us see a diagram is there. Then here a diagram is represented, where the diagram is having a particle in a one dimensional box with Pe is equal to 0 inside the box and Pe is equal to infinity on the walls of the box and outside the box. Here at the bottom x axis is shown, then v0, v is equal to 0 and x is equal to a, v is equal to infinity, v is equal to infinity at the outside of this particle in one dimensional box is shown, v is equal to 0 is shown inside, and v is denoted on the y axis. So, for this, when we consider particle in a one dimensional box, a particle in a box provides us the application of Schrodinger's wave equation to the translational motion of a particle like an electron, atom, etc. It also explains as to why the energies associated are quantized. The motion of the particle in a one dimensional box is like the flow of an electron in a wire, but still it is called particle in a box, and a general case can be considered in which we may assume that a single particle, for example a gas molecule of mass m, is restricted to move in a region of space from x is equal to 0 to x is equal to a, and that its potential energy within a box is constant and taken as equal to 0 for the sake of convenience. In order that the particle may remain within the box, it is essential to assume that the potential energy on or outside the wall is very high, that may be is equal to infinity, so that as soon as the particle reaches the walls, it is reflected back into the box. Here the diagram is shown. When we consider the earlier concept, that is Schrodinger's wave equation for one dimension is d square psi upon dx square plus 8 pi square m upon h square in bracket e minus v into psi is equal to 0. where psi has been taken as the function of x coordinate only outside the box where v is equal to infinity. Therefore, for outside the box equation number, this denoted as in the diagram or on the screen is 19.69. So it becomes simplified, and E minus here this part this value part E minus infinity is shown in place of V, neglecting E in comparison to infinity. So this equation is replaced. This equation is replaced, and then it is simplified further, and it comes to be d square psi upon dx square plus 8 pi square m upon h square e into psi is equal to 0. Then after simplification of this term, finally we get the different terms with regarding to the psi function. So psi is equal to a sin n pi upon a into x. So this gives the expression for the eigen function psi. The expression for eigenvalue of the energy may be obtained as follows. So equation 7.3, this equation 7.3 when we consider, so this equation 7.3, E is equal to k square h square upon 8 pi square m. So substituting the value of k from equation this, k is equal to n pi upon a. So we get E is equal to n pi upon a to the bracket square h square upon 8 pi square m. So overall E is equal to n square h square upon 8 m a square. So equation number 19.80 and 19.82 are the solutions of the Schrodinger wave equation for a particle in a one-dimensional box. So the value of A in equation 19.80 can be obtained by normalization of wave function. The process of normalization of the wave function can be carried out as follows. So that is 0 to summation of 0 to a psi into psi star d tau is equal to I. So substituting the value of psi is equal to psi star, as I had said, psi and psi star, that should be compared. So from equation 19.80, here equation 19.80, psi is equal to a sin n pi upon a into x. So here we have to consider this, and after simplification we get psi is equal to square root of 2 upon a sin n pi a into x. So here if there are any two eigen functions psi m and psi n corresponding to two different value of n, then psi m and psi n will be orthogonal to each other. This can be derived as shown in the mathematical expression. So what will be simplified? What are the things here after simplification? So results from the study of a particle in a box. Expression for energy of a particle in a one-dimensional box is equal to n square h square upon 8 m into a square, where m is the mass of the particle and a is the length of the box. Here x is equal to 0 to x is equal to a. This we have to remember. So here This is the particle in one dimensional concept that we have to write repeatedly and then understand. So let us see another numerical part in the next video lecture.